80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's got to be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report, where we take a whip-around look at the biggest news stories that happened in the sports betting industry in the past week. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle, and we're going to be going through our normal national and state reports. We've got the American Gaming Association doing their annual look ahead at the betting population for the NFL season. Some interesting numbers.
Very interesting numbers.
We've got also
big numbers too.
Yes, we do.
I don't want to. I know you're teasing it a bit, but I don't want to screw it up.
We've also got Arizona completing their first full year of sports betting. We've got New York numbers as usual. We've even got some Virginia numbers. Over in the deal section, we've got a Churchill Downs-Fanduel deal to talk about.
Yes, big news.
We got a couple of brand ambassadors to talk about. We have Rush Street and also PointsBet, and even a soccer deal to talk about as well.
Soccer, okay.
Over in the industry updates, we have the launch of FanDuel TV. We got a bunch of launches that have happened.
Yes.
We've got new ad campaigns being launched by two different companies. And in the legislative roundup, we're going to be talking Massachusetts again.
Really? Okay.
Ohio, Maryland, and California, if we have time for California.
Okay.
So let's get started right now with some numbers. The American Gaming Association, every year at the beginning of the football season, the NFL season, they do they release a survey or a study. Mm-hmm. The research is always kind of interesting because it takes into account the anticipated betting habits or betting amounts for the upcoming NFL season, and takes into, they look at the emerging markets as well as past markets and some other interesting avenues that occur during the sports betting industry.
It's always fascinating to see their estimates of the.
Yes.
They do it every year, right before the football season, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
The one thing that's interesting is sometimes they're under in terms of what
actually
happens.
Yeah. So, and that's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
I think it's when a industry outperforms the estimates, that's always a great thing. So,
well, right now, according to the research that was released prior to the Thursday night game, they always do it before the opening Thursday night game of NFL season.
Kind of like a tradition.
Exactly. They're saying there's going to be a 3% year-over-year increase in the amount of people betting on the NFL. Now, 3% doesn't sound like a lot. The actual number is a lot, 46.6 million American adults.
Sure. Well, there's new states coming online and things like that. So.
According to the AGA, more than half of American adults live in a legal betting state now.
Yep.
We've got according to the AGA, this was an interesting number. 23 million American adults will place a bet online this season. That's up 18%.
Wow. Okay.
13%. This is really 13% still will use a bookie.
Okay. It's all right. Well,
It's down 2 points from last year. But
I guess they're comfortable like that.
Well, if they don't live in a legal betting state.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
this was all over the United States.
I'd be very curious to see how many people who live in legal gambling states still use bookies. I'm very curious.
There's got to be a bunch, and also
it's so under the table that I don't even know how you can do a study on that.
I think the term now is the gray market. The unregulated market, unlicensed, whatever you want to call them.
Vinny Six Fingers is the gray market? Okay. All right.
According to the American Gaming Association, sports betting is currently legal in 36 states and Washington, D.C., 32 jurisdictions already offering operational markets. 18 of the 22 states are home to NFL teams.
Okay, sure.
And they made a notice of the fact that this year's Super Bowl 47. No, 57. 57. I'm always screwed. LVII.
Yeah,
57.
Do LVII.
Will be set in Arizona, the first Super Bowl in a sports betting state.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes, the very first Super Bowl
I didn't even
in
think
a
of
sports
it like
betting state.
I didn't even think of it like that.
It's
sports betting becomes such a daily thing, a daily. You see it on TV, you see it on the radio, you see it on buses, you see it on billboards. You just don't think of terms like that. It's the first Super Bowl in a legal sports betting state.
Well, usually they're
interesting.
The majority of them have always been in California or Florida.
Okay.
Very rarely
will
do
there
you
be kiosks everywhere in the stadium?
So. Probably NFL blazoned kiosks.
Yeah.
Speaking of Arizona, they just completed their first full year of sports betting.
Yes.
And some interesting numbers. They are now the fastest in U.S. history to reach $1 billion in handle.
Wow.
They needed only 82 days to reach that number and reach $4 billion in handle in 8 months.
Wow. It's a great market.
It's a huge market.
It's great sports, great college sports. It's got great sports fans. Yeah. It's awesome.
Well, they have reached a total handle of just over $5 billion in 11 months.
Wow.
For comparison-wise, the fastest before that was Illinois. They did it in 16 months.
Wow.
So they beat them by 5 months.
So wait, were they the first state, the quickest state to what?
Quickest state to $1 billion.
Okay.
They needed 82 days to do that.
All right.
Basically 2.5 months, if you want to look at that, maybe almost 3 months.
Okay.
And then
so for the year, what's their handle?
For the year so far? The year so far is not over.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess they don't mark it as their first year.
No.
So, okay.
No. They were the quickest to reach $1 billion.
Okay.
They are the 11th to surpass $5 billion.
All right.
And also, they are not the quickest, but one of the quickest to get to $5 billion. They took 11 months.
Okay.
Before that, it was Illinois was the fastest with 16 months.
All right.
That's a comparison of the markets.
Okay.
In March, that's when they had their high point. Arizona had a record $691 million in handle, and the same month, in March, that $691 million record handle, one operator, DraftKings, passed the $1 billion handle mark.
Wow.
Overall from their launch.
No,
so
it's a great market, like I said.
It's just going to get better now, especially now that football's here. I mean, everyone is expecting really, really great numbers from all across the country in terms of the sports betting numbers. New York is on the top of everyone's mind because this is their first real football season.
With mobile sports betting. It should be. I can't wait to see those numbers. And I love the fact that New York reports every week. So I don't have to wait a month, or God forbid, if New York was like Arizona with their reporting, we have to wait 2-3 months before they report any numbers?
Arizona, we're talking because of the July report, they passed the $5 billion.
Yeah,
so we're already
in
September here.
Who knows?
Starting to report August, but again,
I would guess their August numbers will be reported in October. Am I on schedule with them? Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, they're on schedule with
that.
Yeah. Talking about New York, I just mentioned it briefly here, but New York, like you said, does it on a weekly basis. They release their sports betting numbers, their handle,
usually
revenue.
It's been on a Thursday around 1-2 o'clock.
They started off on Fridays. now they pushed it out to Thursday afternoon.
Because you know what? People want to get out of the office for
also-
summertime on the weekends.
Also, Thursday night football starts. So,
That's true.
So
That's
I
true.
think they're looking at maybe trying to incorporate.
I hope they keep it like Thursdays at 1, 2 o'clock. So it's for people who have to look at the numbers, that's a great thing.
Well, remember last week we were talking about how you wanted to see some of the numbers regarding college football and how they affected it.
Yeah, the first weekend of college football.
Well, I think maybe these are those numbers. This is the week ending September 4th.
All right. What was September 4th? I have a calendar over there. Yeah, September 4th was a Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
It was after week 0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they had a handle. The state had a handle of blah 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 blah. Let's see, 200 accounted for about $240 million in handle.
Okay.
So they actually had a huge handle in terms of what's been going on the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
They've been under 200 million in handle a lot of times throughout the summer.
Okay. All right.
But
that's going to completely
that's
jump
gonna
up.
completely
Yeah,
change.
that's
So,
going to go nuts.
I think you're going to be starting to see maybe 70 million during football season per week.
Well, I have no idea what
I'm
it's going to
talking.
jump up.
I'm not 70 million. I'm talking
That'd
about
be
maybe
terrible.
I'm talking about maybe 300 million.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
that
talking about
would,
$70 million increase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
70. That'd be terrible.
Yes, that'd be horrible. But again, we have top 4 books as always. We know the top 4. It's FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars, and DraftKings.
What do they those 4 account for what, like 94% of the market for mobile?
93% of this week's market.
Okay, yeah. It's
Fan-
and there are 9 mobile operators in New York, so
Yeah.
those other 5, I guess, are really scrambling to get their act together. I
Well,
would guess.
FanDuel accounted for 40% of the total handle.
Wow.
By themselves.
FanDuel's killing it in New
Yes.
York. It's just amazing what they're doing in New York.
Surprisingly, though, I took a look at their spreadsheets from the Gaming Commission. FanDuel, it's the first time they broke $100 million weekly handle in 9 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And DraftKings had just over 70 million in handle. They had 70,500,000 in handle for the week.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time they passed 70 million in 12 weeks.
Okay.
So it's been a slow month.
Yeah, well, it's been a slow month for everyone.
And last but not least, Virginia. Virginia is very proud to report that they have seen a 63% jump in sportsbooks tax revenue
Okay,
because
good.
of the new budget.
So their one and only casino is in Bristol, right?
Right.
And
But this is just sports betting tax,
okay, it's a sports
which
betting
is an
tax.
online industry right now.
Okay. All right.
They have a 63% jump, not because their handle went up. It's because they stopped taking deductions.
Okay. All right.
They reworded the budget language where the after the first year of operation, you can't take out the normal
Sure.
deductions most sportsbook do, which resulted in a 63% jump. We're going to start seeing that in other places too, because we're starting to see deductions not being counted for the tax revenue. There's too much money left on the table,
Sure.
according to the states.
I always say, you want to start a sports book, you got to start off with good lawyers and good accountants, and then the rest falls into place.
Yeah.
So
And also those lawyers and accountants influence the legislature.
sure,
So
for sure.
let's head on over to some deals. In this week's deals section, we got a deal that was done by Churchill Downs-Fanduel Group.
Yeah.
And I actually wasn't even expecting something like this. It's very interesting. Churchill Downs and FanDuel are going to be doing a deal that includes sports wagering, advanced deposit wagering, and the television business.
Okay.
Under the agreement, CDI, Churchill Downs, They'll supply the technology for the payment processing through FanDuel, but they're also giving FanDuel the technology to do pari-mutuel wagering.
Wow. Okay.
For horse racing content.
Great.
They're also going to be delivering horse racing content. They're giving FanDuel rights to the non-Kentucky Derby races
Okay.
that are happening throughout the year, non-exclusive right now. When their media deal for those non-Kentucky Derby races end, FanDuel gets exclusive.
Wow.
So that's a huge deal because it's FanDuel TV is. Both
that's what I was going to say.
yes.
FanDuel TV just launched. I think it's good. I think it's going to be amazing content on FanDuel TV. It's already amazing content, but it's going to be even better, I think.
And FanDuel will also be given a non-exclusive sponsorship slot for Derby week as well.
Okay.
So we're going to start seeing FanDuel TV. You know where you used to see TVG everywhere? You're going to see FanDuel TV.
Sure.
And it's very interesting to watch how this is developing. Churchill Downs, I remember they just started pulling out of the sports wagering industry because, what was it, Twin Spire?
Yeah.
They pulled out of that. They did this deal with FanDuel Group, I should say, and we'll see what happens there.
Churchill Downs has been in the news a couple of times because they built that. They bought that card room in New Hampshire.
The Charity Poker Room Chasers.
Yeah, I guess they're going to throw historical horse racing machines in there, whatever the hell they are. I've never played one, so I don't even know what it is.
$150 million deal. They're going to. I guess they're going to move it across the street.
I have never been to, what is it, Chasers
Poker room? Lounge.
That's what it's called?
I think that's what it's called.
I don't know.
But
they got that. So
they mentioned they're also going to bring in table games. So
they have poker there already, I guess. I guess they're going to bring in other table games, huh?
Well, I think what they're doing is
New Hampshire is a charity thing.
It's all
too.
charity.
Yeah.
That's how they run everything. But I think they're trying to do what Rockingham Park did up there, because I remember
what did Rockingham? I don't even know.
Rockingham Park has actually a functioning casino there.
Okay.
They have table games. They have poker. They've got slots. They've got and they're expanding even more.
Okay.
So I think that's what we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing dueling charity casinos.
Okay.
Up in New Hampshire at some point. I don't know. I didn't know how else to phrase that.
Well, it's nice that everything goes to charity, or most of the stuff goes to charity. I don't know how much it does,
but it's going to be interesting to watch the FanDuel part of this deal.
Sure.
Not the Chasers, really. We got a couple brand ambassadors to announce. We've got Rush Street Interactive, and you should be familiar with this guy. You're a Philly radio fan. Rush Street Interactive announced the signing of Mike Mizzanelli.
Oh yeah,
as a
Mikey
podcaster.
Miz.
Mikey Miz.
Yeah, he was in the afternoons on the Fanatic?
Yes,
in Philadelphia. I think they have a new show now. So.
He's going to be doing a pair of podcasts.
Good,
and also he is the brand ambassador for Bet Rivers. He's going to be doing meet and greets around Philly on behalf of Bet Rivers. He's going to do radio hits for Bet Rivers around the area. PointsBet, I think this is an interesting one. PointsBet named former quarterback Ryan Leaf as their newest talent roster addition.
Yeah, apparently he's going to be an on-air host or on-air talent.
They're doing a series called, let me see if I have the Straight Line with Ryan Leaf.
Okay.
Broadcast 4 times a week, NFL editions on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, college football on Wednesdays.
Where can I see these things? Everyone's talking about they're going to be doing podcasts and these TV things. Where can I see these things?
Well, PointsBet has a YouTube channel. They also release content in their newsletters, all that.
I was wondering,
you'll probably be able to see a link on their blog.
See, that's why I have an account with PointsBet. I was wondering if I can log in and just check out their content.
You used to not have to log in to see the blog.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
I don't know exactly where this is going to be aired. It may even be part of that premium newsletter they announced a little while back with Front Office Sports.
I keep looking for sports betting content on Roku, see if they have any streaming channels. Nothing's up yet. I know TVG has a channel, but I think that's mostly still horse racing. So,
well, also part of the announcement with Ryan Leaf, they announced the PointsBet Studio.
Oh, okay, good.
Which is going to be in Manhattan, downtown.
Great.
They're going to have multiple shows per week being produced there. It's going to be like their content hub.
Yeah.
So whenever you see PointsBet video content, it's coming from the PointsBet Studio, which is going to launch sometime late in
October.
About
10 years, Manhattan is going to be this gambling capital of the U.S. I think there's going to be about 3 casinos there. There's going to be sports betting. Now you said PointsBet has I know, what is it? Sports Grid has a studio somewhere around there. I know
Sports Grid is in the Meadowlands.
Meadowlands, and I know now PointsBet's going to be in Manhattan.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a sports betting hub. That's what Manhattan's going to be.
Well, let's see what happens there. One last note in the deals section, we have really a casino deal, but I just thought this was a very interesting one. The Seattle Sounders Football Club, Major League Soccer team.
Soccer, yep.
They did a deal with the Emerald Queen Casino. You're going to see Emerald Queen Casino branding everywhere in the stadium. You're going to see branding on the field, on some of the dugouts, whatever you want to call them, where the visiting team is.
So where is Emerald Queen Casino? Where is that?
They are in Washington.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's as much as I know about
it's a great name. It sounds
Emerald
like a
Queen.
It sounds like a riverboat. I mean,
Yeah.
Where is this casino?
Well, remember, there was
it's Washington State, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, there was a riverboat casino before it became DraftKings, was Casino Queen.
Yeah. No,
That's in Missouri or something.
I guess the word queen should be in every riverboat name. Huh?
Exactly.
All right.
So I just wanted to bring attention to that. It was an interesting deal to talk about. Let's head on over to some industry updates. Before we get into talking about the new FanDuel TV show, well, might as well just do it now. Up and Adams started last week with Kay Adams on FanDuel TV.
So what's it called now?
Up and Adams.
Okay. All right. I checked it out on was it Twitter?
Twitter,
and
yep.
apparently I guess it changed its name because I was already following it, so it must have been another name. Was it Kay Adams?
It was Kay Adams' Twitter handle.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
she just named.
Yeah.
I was like wondering when did I start following this?
Well, also, if you were following, what was it, TVG on Twitter?
Sure.
That became FanDuel TV.
Okay, yeah, no, I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is an hour-long daily show, Monday through Friday. It's her interviewing different types of guests.
11 a.m. on the East Coast, right?
11 a.m. East Coast.
East Coast, okay.
I guess 8 a.m. West Coast.
I guess so, yeah.
That's the way that stuff works. So, but that started last week. It's on FanDuel TV, but it's also for free afterwards on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can watch it on the YouTube channel, and also you just mentioned Twitter, so it's also on their Twitter, Facebook, and I think it's on. I don't know if they do it on Instagram. I know they do chunks. On
I saw different posts on Twitter. I don't know if they have the whole show on Twitter. They might have sections of it. I don't know. Go to Twitter and follow them. Find out.
As I also mentioned at the top, we have BetMGM and DraftKings launching 2 new ad campaigns. BetMGM has this It's On campaign featuring celebrities talking about sports betting, little vignettes, that sort of setup. DraftKings did.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's going to be launching soon.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to premiere on Thursday Night Football. I didn't catch it.
Okay.
So
it might have.
Yep. DraftKings announced a new initiative for responsible gambling. It's another campaign for them. They're going to be working with the AGA on that.
Great.
Going over to some of the launches, with the start of football season, we have the very first retail sportsbook opening up on an NFL property.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, I was expecting more of a build-up for that, but all of a sudden it just opened.
Just opened to the public.
Just opened.
BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium it's the Arizona Cardinals home stadium.
Yeah, I know. It's like I said, all the other stadium sports books had their ribbon cutting and things like that. They really built that one up, but this one just opened.
That was what they wanted to do. So
good.
Congratulations to State Farm Stadium for having the first retail book.
What an interesting game day experience that is. I mean, that is just fantastic. Because there's nothing like game day in a sports book because of the feeling and
you're actually in
the party.
stadium.
Now you're actually in the stadium. You walk out of the sports book, you actually see the live game. So.
FanDuel launched a new game.
Okay.
FanDuel launched Pat McAfee's Field Goal Face-Off.
I saw something about this. I don't know what it is though.
It's basically a field goal kicking game. You kick as many field goals as you can during a allotted time.
Okay.
And you can play for money or for free.
Oh, all right.
And you can play against other people. It's through let me get the name of this right. The FanDuel Face-Off app.
Okay.
And the holder of the ball for the field goals is an avatar of Pat McAfee.
Okay.
So that's out there now.
Now I have a FanDuel account. Will I be able to?
That's a different app.
Different completely different app.
You need to clutter your phone up some
I am
more.
so far behind in my app selection. I don't know.
Over in Louisiana, we had a double opening. We had Harrah's New Orleans and Horseshoe Bossier City Hotel and Casino. Both opened up Caesar Sportsbooks. In Harrah's, the New Orleans one, Archie and Cooper Manning were there with Ricky Jackson.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Ricky Jackson placed the first bet.
Great.
He did a $1,000 wager on the Saints to win the Super Bowl. Now, actually, that's not a bad bet. All the winning will go to charity. They also in Harrah's had the World Series of poker room.
Yes, I
How
saw
do you
that.
say that? World Series of poker room? World Series of poker room? Or do you say WSOP poker
I
room?
say WSOP poker room.
So I always got confused when everyone was saying World Series of poker room. That's how it was phrased in the press releases. Fubo Gaming launched in New Jersey. We also have Bet365 launching in their second state in Colorado, partner with Century Casino. Circa Sports opened up their brand new retail book in Sparks, Nevada,
Okay.
over at Legends Bay Casino. And
I'm hearing tons of things about Circa, mainly because
That
of the
football
contest.
team,
Yeah. So
well,
I wish we had something like that in the East Coast.
they
so.
said you can enter the contest in Sparks.
Yeah.
In the
yeah,
Sparks
yeah.
book. So, that's that should add something to that contest. I know they're having the overlay going on, but it'll be interesting to see if that helps them out. Let's see. Hard Rock Sportsbook launched both in Indiana and Tennessee. Michigan Gaming Control, and this is the first time this has happened in Michigan. The Gaming Control Board gave approval for SI Sportsbook, Sports Illustrated Sportsbook, to launch effective immediately under the Hannahville license. Hannahville was originally TwinSpire.
Okay.
So this is the first time they're the first operator to change platform providers since internet sports betting began in January of 2021. So it was a little notice for that.
Okay.
We also, just real quick, we have, according to Caesars Entertainment, the first bet taken at Caesars Sportsbook in Kansas was $5 on the Chiefs to make the NFL playoffs, which were boosted to plus 100. That was
Okay.
the very first bet taken by Caesars Sportsbook in Kansas.
And any famous person do that?
No,
or-
that was just general.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't the honorary bet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's it for
They should give the name of the person. That's
Yeah, no,
that's history.
That's a little bit of history.
Yeah.
But that's it for the deals. Let's head on over to our legislative roundup.
Okay.
Today's legislative roundup, we're going to start off in Massachusetts. Now, Massachusetts has been known for basically not doing anything with the sports betting industry as they're going along.
Well,
here.
I wouldn't say that. They're having meetings. They're
They're being cautious.
they're crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
Yes, several times over, it looks like
Let's
sometimes.
call it like that.
Well, they just had a marathon meeting the last week on Thursday, and one of the things that came out was they voted to approve independent laboratory certification for sports betting operators. Surprising, I'm actually shocked they had to vote on that. I would have thought that would have been a given, but I guess that's procedure.
Crossing the T's and dotting the I's, what I just said.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
what they're doing.
it's the first step anyone needs to do to start the process of licensing.
Yeah.
So good first step. They got to do more. There was one of the commissioners mentioned that somebody was on one of the local sports networks saying that they were going to be taking retail bets soon, within a couple of weeks.
I heard something about it. Was it a guest? Was it a sports radio host?
It wasn't the host; it was a guest.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know. What
I don't know.
guest-
I didn't hear
I don't
it.
know what it was.
Okay.
But they made mention of that, and we had a statement from Gaming Commissioner Brad Hill, and he said that Massachusetts' first retail and online sports books will not open in the coming weeks. So whoever said that on the radio is wrong.
Okay.
You're talking several months. I'm thinking maybe retail by December. That's not several weeks, but maybe late December, early January.
I would feel safe in saying I think at least retail probably by the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which,
Well, definitely by the Super Bowl.
Well, hey, you never know.
I'm hoping,
that's why I feel comfortable saying it.
Well, I'm hoping retail possibly by early January.
Okay, well, that's not too far away from us. It's about a month before
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it gets to playoffs and, you
Sure.
know. So, but again, it's going to take several more months to get it up and running. A couple interesting ideas were thrown out there by some of the other commissioners and also some of the other guest speakers they had because they had a couple reports done. One of them, one of the people mentioned no celebrity endorsements.
Okay.
Not a bad idea, but I don't know if that's going to fly.
I don't even know what that
cuts out all the commercials.
I guess,
Where they have to
so.
recut commercials from Massachusetts.
Well, you have to define celebrity. I mean, I don't know what I mean. Some of these people become celebrities because of their sportsbook endorsements.
Well, I think they're talking about like the Jamie Foxxes and
how
some
about
of the other
sports
things.
Heroes?
Well, that too. They're celebrities.
So just
basically straight commercials. I guess that's
okay.
what the person
No
wanted.
spokesperson.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one was no in-play betting.
See, that's nuts. That's crazy.
I understand the reasoning because
that's the future of sports betting. That's the way the customers make their money, and that's the way sportsbooks make their money.
The person couched it in terms of that increases the enticement for problem gamblers.
Well, okay.
I understand that reason.
I got it, but
not going to happen. Probably.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
The Ohio Casino Control Commission approved 391 Type C hosts. A conditional approval to operate sports betting kiosks in the coming year.
Okay.
Included in those pre-approvals, I guess you can call them, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Browns, a couple of the other big professional teams.
Okay.
The interesting note that came out of the meeting was that the executive director said that at least a third of the applicants have failed to submit the proper paperwork.
Okay, all right.
So that's 391, and still a third did not make that list.
Well, I hopefully they will just go to a lawyer or something like that.
Well, they got time to fix it.
I mean, sure, they have time to fix it, but
But it's interesting.
I'm just saying. So they fill out the paperwork, all right. I mean, that's the one good thing lawyers do. They fill out paperwork.
But think about that: 391 were approved or conditionally approved, and a third overall were rejected. So you're talking maybe 600, 700 applicants. So that's going to be a very robust kiosk industry.
Yeah.
Over in Maryland, an official notice went out from Maryland Sports Wagering Application Review Commission, or SWARC, opening the application process for online sports betting.
I'm glad you said that because I've heard SWARC before. I asked a couple people, so what's that stand for? Like spell it out for me.
Sports Wagering Application Review Commission.
I could. They were like, I really don't know. I just say SWARC.
Well,
so I've been saying SWARC. I'm glad you said something now.
Well, it's like what was the Marvel movie SHIELD, Strategic Homeland, something, which it stands for.
I didn't even know it stood for something.
Yeah,
okay,
so,
all right.
But I guess SWARC is the easy way to say. They got 45 days to file it. And according to the lottery director, there's a good chance online sports betting before the end of the year, possibly Super Bowl. No firm launch time at all. So
okay.
And real quick, last but not least, we'll finish up California real quick here. California Secretary of State announced last week that an online sports betting measure backed by Indian tribes, which is Prop 26, did not qualify for the election by random sample.
Oh, okay.
So that does not bode well for the Prop 26. A lot of people are opposing it. California State Association of Counties comprised all 58 counties in the state voted to oppose Prop 27.
Okay.
So we're seeing a lot of pushback on these the ballot propositions. But that's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. Press releases, keep them coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com. If you've been watching on TV, the ticker has been going by us down below, and that has even more stories we didn't talk about. And you will see the full print version on the blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button, and you'll see a full print version, which has even more information than we were able to do in this half hour over on the blog.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.